Hello, this is Tamera Weeks with Tam's Daily Vlog. How are you today? It is Friday afternoon. And I wanted to tell you about my doctor's visit yesterday. I hope it's not too noisy out here. We're right next to a busy street, and it's about, I'm not sure what time it is. It's 5, 6, something like that. And there are all these, do you call those cicadas? What are those things called? Those big giant bugs that make that really loud noise? Anyway, it's pretty noisy out here. But I wanted to tell you about my doctor's visit yesterday. He mentioned the word disability for the very first time. He put me on a drug called Lyrica, and I'm going to tell you what he said about that drug, and it's just as needed. I'm going to go to a dizzy doctor, I'm going to go to an orthopedic doctor, and I'm going to go back to the regular doctor in 2 weeks. So this was the most eventful visit to the doctor I think that I've had in a while. And I'm not wearing my glasses. Have you ever noticed that sometimes I'm wearing my glasses, sometimes I'm not, and I have like different kinds of glasses? Well, let me tell you the story on that. I wear trifocals every day, so those little, if you watch me, I have those little, I don't know, they're everyday glasses, the thin rims. Those are trifocals, so that just means I have 3 prescriptions, one for far away, one for like computer range, and one for reading. And then, so during the day, if I'm spending a lot of time on the computer or on my phone, then I wear these bigger glasses that have a purple rim on them, and those are the computer glasses. So when I'm wearing those, I'm not wearing my others, because it's easier for me to look at the computer for a long time wearing those great big lenses, and it's just one lens instead of just looking through a small part of my regular glasses. So then I have these prescription sunglasses that are long range, so they're distance sunglasses. So if I'm just gonna run outside and run Reagan to go fishing like I did a while ago, and somebody asked me who Reagan is. Reagan is baby number 5 out of number 6, and he's 16, and he loves to fish every second that he has. So if I'm just gonna run out and do that, I'll grab my sunglasses. So anyway, I've got all these glasses, and I sit them all around, and I couldn't find my regular glasses just now before I got on the video, so that was really too long of a story to tell you about my glasses, but there you have it. Okay, so back to the doctor's visit. So he mentioned to me yesterday, he said, so we're looking at disability. And I just looked at him and I said, well, I wasn't thinking about that. And he said, well, I'm sorry if I surprised you with that. He said, I'm just going by what you're telling me. And when I went in, this is the first time I felt like I could really talk to the doctor and have like a really conversation. I love this guy. We've only been seeing him since last year. He'll ask me, okay, so how's your head pain on a scale of 1 to 10? And how's the hip pain on a scale of 1 to 10? And he's just real methodical about what he asked me, and there's not really a story going on. So I went in yesterday and I said, I had a list written down. He said, I know it's on your kitchen table, right? And I said, well, no, it's actually sitting on the couch. And I left it there, and he said, do you know how many people have lists? And I said, no, I don't, but I do. And I left it. So he said, well, go right ahead. So I was able to start from the top of my head, going all the way down to my feet, and telling him exactly what's going on all throughout my body. And it was very helpful. So from this big conversation that I had with him, he understands that this is long-term, which we already know. I had some health issues before April of this year. April 9th, I had a car accident. This car accident has set me back so far in my body, and I'm just not really coming back up to even where I was. I really was about to go back to work. I was going to give it a couple of weeks and make sure that I was still staying on the same level, and I was going to go back to work, and see if I could get in the part-time stuff. And then we had the car accident, and if you've been watching me, then you know that the rest of the story, I'm still not working. So, my hip was injured in the car accident, and I'm going to go, so he's sending me to an orthopedic doctor. I don't have any real confidence that he's going to tell me anything that we haven't already done. I don't feel like I'm a candidate for getting one of those cortisone shots, but my hip keeps putting me down. I was down for pretty close to 5 days last week. And when my hip really starts hurting, the only thing I can do is stay off my hip until it is rested enough, and then I can get up and go again. It's been hurting fairly well today. I haven't been up a whole lot, but I've still, you know, been up and down. You know how it is when you live life. I'm not taking care of little kids, so that helps a great deal. But I haven't been laid out flat. I had this big to-do. I had all this business I had to do. I had to pay all these bills and blah, blah, blah. You know, all that stuff that you do. Okay, so my knee is still hurting from the accident. My hip is still hurting. So that's like a brand new injury. But I can't sit in a chair all day long. I can't sit in that position. I couldn't make a long drive on a trip right now because of my hip. So anyway, so let's get to the Lyrica. So he told me that Lyrica is a long time ago they used it for an anti-seizure medication. Now it's like all over in the last couple of years. They're using it for pain medicine for fibromyalgia. He said he doesn't know why they use it for a pain medicine because really it's an anti-seizure medicine. He said what it does is it slows down the brain. He only wants me to take it when I'm really having a bad day because I explained to him about my headaches and the ringing in my ears. I had them pre-car accident. They're much worse. It's just really hard for me sorry about this piece of hair, to concentrate all the time and get things done all the time. There are some days when my brain just can't do anything and I'm like, okay, I just can't do anything really big. Other days I have the same amount of stuff going on in my head. My ears hurt a lot. And I'm able to push through, and even though I'm really bothered by it, I can still push through and get done whatever it is that I need to do. Sometimes I just can't do that. It's like this constant interference that's in my ears, it's in my head, and I just fight all the time. I think it makes my head tired. I think it makes my body tired. It's just something that I have to deal with. Not the worst thing in the world, but it is something really big, and it has changed my entire world. We're getting pretty close to 5 months here post-car accident, and I'm just really not very well. Okay, so he gave me the Lyrica to try to help on these really bad days. I told him that I've had 3 breakdowns, and the last one that I had with this ringing in my ears was I was crying every day for a week, just involuntary. I don't feel sorry for myself, but it's just so overwhelming physically that it just made me cry for a week. So I've been doing pretty good, you know, for a while. I just try to get used to it, manage it, work around it. My arm's getting really tired holding this camera. Okay, so that was that. He's sending me to the orthopedic doctor for my hip, Lyrica for my head. I'm going to go to a dizzy clinic. I've been dizzy. I'm not dizzy today, but I've been dizzy for the last few weeks. My speech is really slowed down. I've done a few videos about my speech being slower. My speech seems okay, normal today. I'm not dizzy now. So I asked the doctor, you know, the place where I'm getting the dry needling, I'm going to tell you about that. Where I'm going to the dry needling, they have a dizzy clinic, and the guy that does my dry needling was saying that he thought that I should maybe check out the dizzy place. So I asked the doctor, you know, I didn't really know if I was a candidate to go check it out, and he's like, yeah, I think that's worth looking at. So we're going to check out that. The room doesn't spin. I just feel dizzy when I get up. So sometimes instead of sitting in a chair, I sort of fall in the chair. A couple of weeks ago, I was on the platform. I was walking up on the platform on Sunday morning to praise sing, and I was kind of dizzy, and I sort of, when I got close to the microphone, I just sort of walked over to the left and walked kind of to the back of the platform and turned around and kind of walked back. I tried to make it look like everything, you know, was really good. I didn't fall or anything, but I was walking like that because I was dizzy. So anyway, I sang and everything was all right. I didn't ever fall down. So, okay, so that's the dizzy clinic. Okay, so dry needling. Now, if you've been watching, you know that I started doing some dry needling for my headaches, hoping that if there was any tightness in my neck or in my shoulders, that the dry needling would help my headaches. Well, I'm not feeling like it's helping my headaches, but I'm getting really good range of motion. So I can turn really good that way, and really good that way. And I can turn my neck better where it doesn't seem to be as tight. It still hurts. but it's just not as tight. So I would say that part's been successful. The doctor said as long as it's helping to keep going, so I'm still hopeful that maybe it will help my head just a little bit. Okay, so I'm thinking that that is everything that catches up from yesterday's visit. I can't remember if there was anything else. Okay, well, one thing, he has given me some different medication to help with my hip. Muscle relaxers by themselves don't take the pain out of my hip. He gave me an anti-inflammatory. That by itself doesn't take the pain out of my hip. So I told him yesterday that what I found that works is a little bit of anti-inflammatory and a little bit, meaning 5 milligrams of a muscle relaxer. Those two together, after a while, seem to really calm my hip down. Most of the time, I'm still in pain. I just, you know, manage to get enough medicine some of the time to take a little bit of the edge off. So I'm going to do another video and tell you how I keep my spirits up and what do I surround myself with and what do I do in my head to keep from just being completely depressed, completely laid out on the couch, and just completely in distress over my current circumstances and how I feel. I promise you I have bad days. Today, off and on, I've been in and out of tears. Yesterday, especially when he brought up disability, I don't know, that was just really emotional to me. And a little bit before the visit, but that really kind of pegged it a little bit. You know, just really teary-eyed, and part of it is just how my body feels. I don't feel sorry for myself. Now, I do get frustrated because I can't just get up and run. But I still keep my spirits up, and God is very good to me, and I keep a lot of positive things around me. So I'm going to do a video and tell you exactly what it is that I do, or maybe I'm always changing stuff, but things that I regularly do to keep my spirits up. Otherwise, I promise you, I would just be sitting in a corner somewhere, crying in my Cheerios or something. So thank you so much for watching me. I really do appreciate you being here with me. And please say hello to me. Please like my video. I like it when you like my videos. If I can see that you like my video, like if it shares on your Twitter. But I love it when you say hello, because then I know for sure that I know who you are. So thank you so much for being here. And I will talk to you soon. This is Tamera Weeks with Tam's Daily Vlog. And please give me your feedback on anything that you've experienced, like with going to a dizzy doctor, orthopedic, or having all this long-term pain. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.